It might surprise you, but the Bible holds 7 hidden secrets that practically speak to crypto investing. The principles in the book seem like they were written for today's crypto world, and I'm going to show you how they can reshape your strategy and potentially help you make way more money in the process. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, my name's Lewis, and I've been fully immersed in the world of crypto for many years. I've been in both bull markets and bear markets, and I've worked with dozens of investors personally worldwide. And along the way, I've kind of learned that true success in crypto isn't just about chasing kind of the latest coins or the latest trends. It's actually about understanding something deeper. There are timeless principles that we can actually use to guide our investing strategies. So in today's video, we're going to dive into something truly unique. 7 hidden secrets about crypto that you didn't know were tucked away in this little book right here. These aren't just spiritual concepts, they're practical. And when you apply them correctly, they can reshape how you approach your investments and potentially lead to even greater wealth creation. Let's dive in. The first secret comes from James chapter 2, verse 17, which says, "In the same way, faith by itself, if not accompanied by action, is dead." And this is a lesson I've learned in all these conversations with people, and having been in crypto for so long. You can't expect things to happen for you, blessings to come in, if you don't put the necessary action in. You can't just have faith that something's going to happen. You have to accompany that faith with action. Otherwise, the faith is dead and it's fruitless. It doesn't do anything for you, just the faith. You have to put in the action. It's teaching that just having faith that crypto is going to go up in value and your portfolio is going to explode without taking action isn't enough. You can't be waiting passively for the market to move in your favor, because that's not a strategy. You actually need to be proactive. You need to research. You need to take calculated risks and position yourself for success. So whether that's learning about a new project or entering the market at the right time or taking profits, as I talk about so much here, the action you take matters. And I've seen countless people wait for the perfect moment, and you've probably been here too. But those who take action when the opportunities arise are the ones who thrive. That's the whole reason I've built an entire methodology and a program where I've got tons of students in there learning how to do this themselves, how to actually take action. If you don't take action and it's just kind of faith that this thing's going to happen, it's not going to work. You got to have a plan of action. You got to be putting the effort in. It's input and output. If you put massive input into the system, into your efforts, you will get a lot out. If you put very little in, you'll get very little out. Next up, we have Matthew chapter 25 from verse 14 to verse 30, which is the parable of the talents. And in this parable, it encourages wise risk-taking and multiplying resources. The verse says, "For to everyone who has will, more be given, and he will have an abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." And in crypto, taking calculated risk can lead to massive rewards, obviously, but also being massively conservative will cause you to miss out on all the big opportunities. The key is to kind of pair the first one that we talked about and the second one together. In many ways, taking a calculated risk requires some level of effort. You have to put effort in the first place to go through the process of researching and taking that calculated risk. We're not here saying to be reckless, because obviously once you get too reckless, you get into the realm of gambling, and that's a little bit of a no-no. But if you can pair taking action and not being passive, and you can actually apply that into crypto, you end up becoming more informed and being able to make more calculated decisions. And our third secret comes from Luke chapter 12, verse 2 and 3. "There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the roofs." This is a really interesting one. I know no one was expecting this, certainly where I'm going with it, because this directly aligns with blockchain's core principle of transparency. Blockchain ensures that transactions are open and verifiable, of course, and that creates trust in the system that we've got here. And that transparency can ultimately protect investors from kind of fraud or manipulation, and it ultimately gives you this greater control over your investments. It's interesting that the Bible is talking about this kind of thing, And we're seeing that the next evolution of technology, where transparency and trust is required, is actually now the more favored thing. Biblical principles showing themselves consistently over time. Very interesting. Number 4 is in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 23. The Lord detests differing weights, and dishonest scales do not please him. This verse is all about fairness and honesty, which is also, again, what the blockchain provides in this crypto world. In a market that's clearly full of scams, you just look below this video, the amount of people trying to scam you is ridiculous. It's kind of crazy. Well, blockchain ensures that transactions are actually fair and transparent. And if we leverage blockchain technology and that transparency, we can protect ourselves from that deceit and from the fraud that we see everywhere in crypto. Not only should we look out for dishonesty around, in the comments and all of these kind of things, but also strive to be honest yourself and good things will happen. Our 5th secret is from Galatians chapter 5, verse 1. It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm, then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Now, crypto offers us kind of this financial freedom by giving people control over their wealth without needing the banks or intermediaries. And I feel like this verse speaks to the freedom and empowerment that crypto kind of provides. I've seen how crypto empowers people, specifically in places like Africa with limited access to traditional financial services. And it gives them control over their finances and the opportunity for true financial sovereignty. Finally, another one you didn't expect coming, but this one's in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19. And it says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" And this one is really interesting because it speaks to the innovation and kind of embracing new things. We come from that world of traditional finance where we've been in the banks and we know how money works right now, at least I do. Most people don't actually, to be honest. You're one of the lucky ones who does know how money works. In knowing how money works, you can see that the change to blockchain is inevitable. And because crypto is disrupting this financial system, it's going to offer new opportunities for wealth creation, which we all know on this channel. We all understand that. But if we understand that embracing this innovation early will allow you to capitalize on the opportunities that others missed, then you stand to make a ton of money in crypto. And there's a bonus one. We have to have the holy number of 7. We only left you a 6. This is the 7th one. It's one of my favorites in relation to investing and money and finances. And it's in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. The majority of the crypto world right now, I believe, is in that haste mode, allowing emotions to come in, making decisions on a whim. That will end up in failure. You will lose. Even the Bible says it. I've been saying it for ages, not knowing essentially that it was a kind of a biblical principle. And this is the funny thing about these crypto verses, finance verses in the Bible. The world has convinced themselves that they kind of just come to their own conclusions. But as I've been shown many times, and I'm sure you have as well, the origin of all of these thoughts and principles and human nature laws that have been recognized, they all seem to be in here. So this one was the first one to kind of put this out. And if we understand that being diligent leads to profits and haste leads to poverty, what do you need to do? Be diligent. So what does diligence look like in the world of investing and crypto specifically? Well, it means, let's go and educate, let's understand, and then apply what we talked about at the beginning. Applying effort, like being proactive and active, not passive. If you can combine these things together, you get an understanding that you have to make a plan of action for what you're going to do. You have to be diligent, create a plan that isn't just kind of passive as a plan. Oh, maybe I'll sell my crypto at this time, or maybe I'll sell my crypto at this time. No, a diligent plan. That means understanding your current situation. That means understanding where you want to get to financially and as a person, identifying and measuring the gap between those two. But then also following up with that knowledge, with that detail, being even more diligent, being more proactive, and creating a plan of action for taking profits, creating a plan of action for holding on for long-term price appreciation, understanding that the time that we have here is limited, and we have to be diligent and focus and get some stuff done so that we can take our hands off, enjoy our life, be around our children, go see the world, have experiences and stuff, without having this big lingering thing over the back of your mind about, oh, I've got to watch this YouTuber, or I've got to get this information, this latest news on crypto. This is all distraction away. This is being lazy. This is being passive, hoping, wishing something's going to happen to you, which is gambling as well. What the Bible focuses on more is doing your diligence, being diligent, doing your research, making calculated decisions. This is what will reward you later on, and that's not me saying it. That's the book. So if you are someone who's interested in becoming more diligent, I've created a methodology and a program that I've got dozens and dozens of students in right now, going through this process, adapting who they are in their mind, their vision of the future, and then also being diligent, being proactive, and creating this plan of action for holding assets for the long term and taking profits in the short term. This community that's being built are being diligent, and they will be profitable. And there's obviously lots of ways to measure value. You know, there's value in progressing who you are. That's covered in the program. There's also value in positioning yourself to be in profit when this bull run comes, and the people in the program are there as well. We're only looking for the right people with the right problem, because we've solved a very specific problem for a very specific person. If that's you, or you feel like that might be you, get in touch with us. We've got a free strategy call that we can go through. You just click the link in the description, watch the videos, be sure to be diligent, watch the videos, understand the process you're getting into. And we'll see if you're a good fit for the program in the initial phases. If you are, then you'll talk with me or someone in my team about how we can develop your plan of action moving forward so you can be diligent and so you can be profitable. Stay emotionless. I'll see you in the next one.